So, if you're watching this video right now, it's for one of three reasons. Reason number one is that you're about to go on spring break. Everything's all packed, you're ready to go, you're super pumped about it, but you had to go to church one last time, and then you're heading out to Florida, which I'm jealous. It's gonna be awesome though. Hang in there. You're probably not even paying attention right now because you're just thinking about the beach and the sun and the waves. Okay, so reason number two is that you're stuck in Fort Wayne for spring break. Killer. My heart goes out to you. I feel you. You're still going to have an awesome time. We'll hang out. It'll be sweet. Or reason number three is that you're from the distant future after alien cyborgs have taken over the planet, and you're one of the only last survivors, and you found this tape hoping that it would be some vision of the past and the future, but it's just a lame video I made for Liquid, so in any case, happy Easter. So, today we're celebrating Easter. And Easter is a beautiful time, isn't it? It's the start of spring where life is budding. I'm outside right now and the birdies are chirping. The grass is green. It's really, really green. And everything is just beautiful. There's hardly a cloud in the sky. It's a time where creation is celebrating new life. What was once dead is now alive again. What was once brown and dirty is green and budding with life. And so Easter is the celebration of new life, the resurrection of Christ, but it's also about something else. You guessed it. The food. It's always about the food. Just think about Grandma's Easter ham. It's so good, right? And so you're not even thinking right now. I already lost you. You're already thinking about Grandma's Easter ham, and you're not even focused. You're just like, oh, man, I just want to go home and eat that food. So right after Easter, you're going to head home, and you're going to have this delicious Easter lunch banquet that's going to be double kicking smooth, and you're going to gather around with your family, and you're going to enjoy, and you're going to partake in something beautiful, some sort of tradition. Maybe some of you have traditions for Easter around the table, and I think that's really cool. I think something really, really powerful happens at a meal that doesn't happen any other time. You see, because meals tell stories. Just think about the last meal that you had. Maybe it was this morning for breakfast, and you were just chowing down. You were going so fast, and your family was yelling at you. They're like, "You gotta look nice for Easter!" Ah! And just like everything was crazy. Well, that's a story. Might not be a happy story, but it's a story nonetheless. Maybe it was Saturday night last night, you just got back from a hot date for dinner, maybe took her out someplace fancy like Fazoli's, some like real Italian food, something like that. And if you did go on a date last night, talk to me later. We'll talk some stuff out, okay? But that's a story right there. You're telling the story. It talks about who you are and where you've been and where you're going, who you like, what you like. The people that are in your life and important to you gather around a table with you. At lunch, you don't sit with people that you hate, hopefully. At lunch, you sit with people that you share a common story with. And so that's why I think most of Jesus' ministry centered around one of these, a table. And so he would sit with his disciples, with these new people that he met, and they would share a meal together, and they would tell stories. But something cool happened at these Jewish meals and banquets, is that they not only told their story, but through this series of blessings and prayers, they told God's story as well. Every single meal that they had centered around this idea of celebrating the story of God's creation. They had a meal, or they had a blessing over the meal, which was over the candles. They would light these candles before every single meal. And as they lit the candles, they would say this prayer that remembered not just the candle, but the candle was a symbol of light, the light that God created on the first day of creation. Story. And so they had these series of blessings that were over the elements of creation: light, land, and liquid. Light being the candle, land being the bread. They would say this prayer. They would say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi min haaretz, which means, blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who brings forth the bread from the earth. And then they'd say this other prayer over the wine, which was symbolic of the liquid, the water, and the fish that God created. And so this prayer would go, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borai pri hagafen. Blessed are you, O Lord of the God, King of the universe, who brings forth the fruit of the vine. And so there was a blessing over bread, and there was a blessing over the cup, the wine, or the drink. And there would be this telling of God's creation. And so a meal is more than a meal. It's symbolic of something greater, something bigger, something above and beyond us. So this Sunday, as you're getting together for your family meal, you're all excited and you're chowing down on this food, look around. What story are you telling? And how does God partake in that story? And when you do that, I hope that you taste and see that the Lord is good. I know I will. Happy Easter.